Good morning, dear students. Now we are watching EduStar Class 6 History Chapter 2 on the Trial of the Earliest People Part 2. In this chapter, already you studied about the earliest people like hunter and gatherers. Human life has evolved over millions of years. Early stages, men were hunter and food gatherers, and they hunted animals and as well as they gathered their food. For that, they known as hunters and gatherers. If they stayed at one place, resources like plant and animal would finish, and some of the people had to move where water was available. Plants also bear different fruits in different seasons, so many had to move for this reason. And archaeologists have to find out several tools used by hunter-gatherers. Tools were made of stone, wood, etc. Tools were used to cut meat, chop fruit, etc. And archaeologists have found many stone tools as early men. So, the first part of the history of men is called the Stone Age. What? The first part of the history of men is known as Stone Age. People probably used tools of wood and bone too. But after so many years, only the stone ones remained. Stone was easily available in nature and quite strong. Tools made up of stone would last longer too. Early man, they use stone tools for many things, to cut meat, to scrap bark, etc. Early men must have used stone tools to chop wood too. Then he must have the wood to build huts, make tools or make fire. Just think about it. The first part of the history of men is called Stone Age because of the stone tools found. And why did early men use stone to make tools? Just think about it. Yes. Next, about stone tools. Stone tools were important. People tried to find places where good quality stone was easily available. Places where stone was found and where the people made tool are known as factory sites. How do we know where these factories were? Usually, we find blocks of stone, tools that were made up and perhaps discarded. They were not perfect and also scrap left behind at these sites. Sometimes people lived here for longer spells of time. These sites are called habitation cum factory sites. People lived here for longer spells of time. These sites called habitation cum factory sites. Yes. We find blocks of stones, tools that were made up and perhaps discarded because the people lived here for longer spells of time, and these sites are called habitation cum factory sites. And about stone tools and fire. What is the next topic? About stone tools and fire. Stone tools were probably made using two different techniques. What are the two techniques? The first one is making stone tools. The first is called stone on stone. The second one is pressure flocking. Yes, these are the two methods using two different techniques. The first one is what? Stone on stone. The first is called stone on stone. Here the pebble from which the tool was to be made was held on one hand. Another stone which was used as a hammer was held in the other hand. The second stone was used to strike off flax from the first. Still the required shape was obtained. Just to see the picture. Yes. Next, pressure flaking. Here this is the second technique the earliest people used. Here the core was placed on a firm surface. The hammer stone was used on a piece of bone or stone that was placed on the core to remove flax that could be shaped into tools. Did you see the picture? Yes. The hammer stone was used on a piece of bone or a stone that was placed on the core to remove flax that could be shaped into tools. Next, finding about the fire. Traces of ash have been found here. The people were familiar with the use of fire. Fire could have been used for many things. A source of light, to cook meat, and to scare away from the animals. So these are some of the reasons the people they are using the fire as a source of light, to cook meat, and to scare away animals. Next, a changing environment. Around 12,000 years ago, there were major changes in the climate of the world, with a shift to relatively warm conditions. In many areas, this led to the development of grasslands. This in turn led to an increase in the number of deer, antelope, goat, sheep, and cattle. That is, animals that survive on grass. Yes. Those who hunted these animals now followed them. What is grasslands? In many areas, this led to the development of grasslands. This in turn led to increase the number of deer, goat, sheep, and cattle. So that is the animal that survived on grass. What are the animals? Deer, sheep, and cattle. Yes. So these are the animals that is increased in the grasslands. So those who hunted these animals now followed them, learning about their food habits, their breeding seasons. It is likely that this helped people to start thinking about herding and rearing these animals themselves. Fishing also became important. This was also a time when several grain-bearing grasses, including wheat, barley, and rice, grow naturally in different parts of the subcontinent. Yes. What are the grains? This was also a time when several grain-bearing grasses, including wheat, barley, and rice. Both men and women and children probably collected these grain as food and learn where they grow and when they ripen. This may have led them to think about growing plants on their own. Next, rock painting and what it what? Many of the caves in which these early people lived have paintings on the walls. Some of the best examples are from Madhya Pradesh and southern Uttar Pradesh. These paintings show wild animals drawn with great accuracy and skill. Yes. Many of the caves in which these early people lived have paintings on the walls. And who did what? We have seen that the earliest people hunted, gathered plant produce, made stone tools, and painted on cave walls. Is there any way of finding out whether women hunted or men made stone tools, whether women painted or men gathered fruits and roots? At present, we do not really know. However, there are at least two possibilities. It is likely that both men and women may have done many of these things together. It is also possible that some tasks were done only by the women and other only by men. And again, there would have been different practices in different parts of the subcontinent. Yes. Just think about it. Next, a closer look, Hangsi. It is a district of Karnataka. A number of early Paleolithic sites were found here. At some sites, a large number of tools used for all sorts of activities were found. These were probably habitation cum factory sites. In some of the other smaller sites, there is evidence to suggest that tools were made. Some of the sites were closer to springs. Most tools were made with limestone, which was locally available. And did you see some of the examples and some of the evidences the archaeologists they found? Ostriches were found in India during the Paleolithic period. Large quantities of ostrich egg cells were found at Patna in Maharashtra. Did you see in that picture? Yes. And also they used to make beads out of them. Yes. Next, some of the stone tools they given here. Just to see that picture, hand axe, scraper, chopper, grinder, hammer, and some of the stone tools are there. Next, Paleolithic age, that is Old Stone Age. The Stone Age, the first one is Paleolithic age. This is called Old Stone Age. A period of time during which people made lasting tools and weapons mainly from stone. The earliest known as period of human, that is called Stone Age. So at first, Paleolithic age. The Paleolithic age is known as Old Stone Age. Paleolithic, this comes from two Greek words. Paleo means old and lithos means stone. The name points to the importance of finds of stone tools. The Paleolithic period extends from 2 million years ago to about 12,000 years ago. Next, Mesolithic. So Mesolithic means the middle stone. The period when we find environmental changes beginning about 12,000 years ago, still about 10,000 years ago, and is called Mesolithic, that is middle stone. Stone tools found during this period are generally tiny and are called microliths. Microliths were probably stuck on the handles of bone or wood to make tools such as saws and sickles. At the same time, older varieties of tools continue to be used in. And the people, those who are living in the Mesolithic period, they gave in the picture. The next one, Neolithic. The next stage is Neolithic. It is from about 10,000 years ago, is known as Neolithic. Neo means new and lithic means stone. So, Neolithic means new stone age. Yes. Totally, the 3 stone ages there. The first one is Paleolithic. The second one is Mesolithic. The third one is Neolithic. Paleolithic means it is old stone age. This comes from the Greek word paleo means old and lithos means stone. And the name points to the importance of fine stone tools. And the Paleolithic period extends from 2 million years ago to about 12,000 years ago. Yes, the second one is, and Paleolithic period, this long a span time covers 99% of human history. And the second one is Mesolithic, it is a middle stone age. And the third one is Neolithic, it is a new stone age. And see the pottery, it began replacing stone and wood and also become more highly decorated. And also weaving, cloths and textiles and straw mats held a particular place in daily life of Neolithic farmers. The main weaving fibers were flax and wool. Next, see some of the Neolithic people themselves down into to make the society and began to explore something. Did you see the picture? They can do all kinds of work by themselves. Yes, they do agriculture, and in the picture, what are the picture shows? They do as many kind of works themselves. Yes, just to see the map. In that map, as much of places are there, right? There, Paleolithic sites, Neolithic sites, Mesolithic sites, early village and modern cities. They were given. And in that, Bajrahum, Bhimbetka, Hangsi, Harnul caves, these are some of the important places to know. And in your book, just take the page number 20. So in that, see the first exercise. Totally 5 questions are there. Just you have to write in your class book note.